In this video, let us try to analyze how the static or dynamic nature of a system is depending on its impulse response. What are static and dynamic systems? Any system whose output is depending only on the present input, then such systems are known as static systems or memoryless systems. Any system whose output at this moment is depending on both the input at this moment and past inputs, then such systems are known as dynamic systems or system with memory. Now let us go into the video and check how this property, that is static or dynamic system property, is depending on its impulse response.
Let us analyze the static and dynamic LTI system. We have the convolution sum equation which is given as y of n is equal to h of n convolution x of n, which is equal to summation minus infinity to plus infinity h of m x of n minus m. Here I have interchanged the terms h and x using the commutative property. So commutative property says that we can interchange the terms h of n and x of n. That does not change the convolution sum output, right? So we have this convolution sum equation which we have already studied. Now let us try to expand this summation equation. So y of n is given as h of minus 2. So please note this, h of minus 2 into x of n plus 2. Why it is like that? Because if we substitute m is equal to minus 2, it will be h of minus 2 into x of n minus minus 2. So that will give you h of minus 2 into x of n plus 2, right? So that is why it is x of n plus 2 here. Here if you look, you can see h of minus 1 into x of n plus 1, and we are reaching to 0, h of 0 into x of n, and it is continuing like h of 1 into x of n minus 1 and h of 2 into x of n minus 2, etc. It is going up to infinity and it is starting from minus infinity. This is how we expand this output term. Right. Now our consideration is static system. Let us consider the static systems. Static systems are systems which depends only on the present input, It is also known as memoryless system because it does not store the past values of the input, right? Resistor is an example of a static or memoryless system because its output is depending only on the present input, right? The system output is depending only on the present input, right? And it is also not depending on the future input. But if you look into this equation, you can clearly see that this is x of n plus 2, which is a future input. This is x of n plus 1, this is a future input. This is x of n minus 1, this is a past input. This is x of n minus 2, this is also a past input. So there are past inputs and future inputs present in this particular terms. Now we want to make them 0. How can we make them 0? It is easy. Let us make h of minus 2 0, h of minus 1 0, h of 1 0, h of 2 0. If you make these terms 0, the entire term will become 0. All these terms will become 0. And we need only the present values. What is the present value? H of 0 into x of n. H of 0 into x of n, right? So from this we are coming to a conclusion. What is that? For a system to be static or memoryless system, there should be only one term in the impulse response. There is only one term in the impulse response, that is h of 0. What is meant by h of 0? In the case of an impulse response, assume that this is an impulse response, we have only one term which is located at the 0th index. We have only one term that is located at the 0th index. So this is the definition of del of n. What is del of n? Impulse. Actually, this is the definition of impulse signal. So what this ultimately says? This ultimately says that h of n, that is the impulse response, also must be equal to an impulse, right? If the impulse response of a system is just an impulse, right? So we have already discussed about impulse response. Most of the time impulse response will long for more than t is equal to 0. It may long for longer time, even it may go to infinity. So that is the case of general impulse response. But here it is a special case. We are considering the static or memoryless system, right? So in the case of a static or memoryless system, the impulse response is equal to just an impulse which is located at n is equal to 0. So in that case, For a continuous time case, we can say that the impulse response is equal to impulse. Sometimes it will be multiplied with some value. It may be an amplifier or it may be attenuator. Sometimes k will be 1, right? So anyway, we can give a constant k. So h of t is just an impulse. Maybe sometimes it will be multiplied with some value. In the case of a discrete time case, the impulse response h of n is equal to k into del of n. Here k is also a scalar value. It is a scalar value. It is used to multiply the impulse, height of the impulse, right? Here k is a scalar value which is used to multiply the area of the impulse signals. Anyway, the impulse response is just an impulse. That is the conclusion from the static or memoryless system. In that case, what happened? The output will be equal to k into x of t, and here it is y of n is equal to k into x of n. Why it is so? Because we know that we have a system, right, with del of n as the impulse response, and we are giving x of n as the input, and we are taking the output, right? And if we are performing the convolution operation from the property convolving with an impulse signal, we have seen that if we convolve any signal with an impulse signal, it will produce the same signal in the output, right? Convolving any signal with the impulse signal will produce the same output, right? Here we have a k. We have a k here, k into del of n. So output will be k into x of n. So this is the result we obtain from the static of memoryless system, right? Here also y of n is equal to k into x of n. We are getting the same input in the output multiplied with some constant. So that is the basic idea of the static or memoryless system. Suppose if k is 1, assume that k is 1, suppose k is 1, then we can say that y of t is equal to x of t. Otherwise, x of t convolution h of t is resulting in x of t itself in the case of a static or memoryless system. If k is 1, x of t convolution h of t is resulting in x of t, because h of t is del of t. That is the reason. That is the reason h of t is del of t. So if you convolve any signal with the del of t, it will result in x of t. Here also x of n into h of n will result in h of n, because del of n, h of n is equal to del of n. So convolving any signal with the del of n will result in x of n itself. So that is the basic idea of static or memoryless system. Now what is the case of a dynamic system? Any system which violates this idea is a dynamic system. So how can we predict the same convolution sum equation is there? If any terms like h of minus 1, h of minus 2, h of 1, h of 2, etc. are present in the impulse response other than h of 0. Along with h of 0, any other terms are present in the impulse response, then we can say that such systems are dynamic systems or system which requires memory, right? So this is memory systems, So this system requires memory, right? So that is the basic idea of static system and a dynamic system.
I hope you got a clear idea about how the memorylessness or static or dynamic nature of the system is depending on its impulse response.